Amanda, this is where we are as a nation, you know. If these are the perception of people we have in the community, how do we decode this mindset? How do we make sure that people see the effect of some of this action? Because it's really dangerous, and we have people having these beliefs and tradition. How do we go about it? How do we tackle it? You are young, you are a student, you know better about some of the sanitation issues. We might have people who don't understand what they are saying, or how do we help them?
First of all, me, I think that they should be educated,
Okay.
especially on the effects, and they should be aware of their causes, because sometimes what they do is what brings the effect, and sometimes brings positive and negative. Negative effects like floods, and sometimes fire outbreaks whereby the people try to burn it, but because they don't create a fire belt around, it can go excessive and start to destroy the
Okay.
process.
Okay. Okay. Amos. In fact, this what Amanda is saying bring us to the fact that you know, in Ghana, rubbish is rubbish, and we mess up every thing that we think is waste. People even pour in waste from their kitchen, the rice, the cooking, you know, water, and then they just pour it into the dustbin. Let me ask, in your house, do you have more than one dustbin? Do you segregate the waste in your community?
No, we miss all that.
You mix everything, and then you just pour it in one thing. Okay. Amanda, in your area, do you have more than one dustbin where you can separate rubber, paper, and other things?
Okay, for me, I'm not an area girl, so like I don't go out. But in my house, we have two: one for cans and glasses,
Okay.
and one for just the rubbish, the leaves, and the other things.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think? Why do you do that? Why do you separate them?
Sometimes when we add all up, the waste management is those who come for it. They think the bola is that heavy, so they charge high. They charge they charge like high. So that would be like, you carry this one and see, and carry this one and see.
Okay.
So maybe the light one he might pay like 10 cedis first,
Okay.
and the heavy one maybe 50 cedis. But when you join them together, they think it's too heavy, so they ask you to pay sometimes 25, sometimes 30. But that gives wants to show that he's a businessman.
Okay. Wow. Then, in fact, the mindset you are having for segregating or separating, in fact, actually beats me. Because that is not the reason why I thought you were actually segregating. But this is also a very nice angle for someone who is a business person who knows about expenses. But it's not because you are thinking about the recycling, about the dumping sites, about where the bola is going. But it's also nice. We need the segregation to help make things easy. Let me come to Amos. The last time we visited dumping sites, and then the recycling plants that we have in Accra, you realize that one of their major challenge is waste segregation, where most of the waste that they bring to them is so contaminated that they are not able to get majority recycled. Sorting also become a problem because they are not able to separate. By the time they finish separating, you realize that because of the mess up of the rubbish, it's difficult for them to get some of the things that they want to recycle. What do you think can be done? You know, in our society today, even one rubbish or one rubbish dump is difficult for people to afford. Do you think encouraging people to have more than one or separating their waste is one of the angles, something that is going to help?
Yeah, even when they do it in the house, when they segregate at home, when the bola taxis come for it, they will mix them again. So we should get different bola taxis. Some should be going for plastics and some
Rubbers.
yeah.
Okay.
Then others to
Okay.
the raw foods.
Okay. In fact, I like your point, because Amos is trying to tell us that even if the household segregates the rubbish, those who come for it will mess it up. So I think it's a brilliant point. The government should make provision, or waste management organizations should make a provision for them to be able to receive waste in segregated manner, so that we can also what separate them for them. Viewers, you are watching Forget TV. You are watching Generational Voice. This is the platform where we discuss the issue just as it is. We want to find solution to most problems that we are facing in our country, and we don't want to do that by pointing finger at somebody or looking at somebody. We want to solve the problem the way we think we can help solve the problem. We want to look at issues based on what we can do, not what somebody can do for us. And I have with me here in the studio young, talented kids who are not kids, you guys are grown, right? Who are helping us discuss the issue. And we will be right back to continue the discussion. Let me find out from you, what are some of the challenges? I know in your community there are few people who want to do the right thing, but they might have challenges. Yourself, where you live, there might be challenges that is maybe preventing people from actually doing the right thing, or managing their waste very well. What are some of the challenges that you face in your community that is preventing you guys from managing your waste very well?
Some of them are not having the money
Okay.
to be paying for the disposal, and then others to the dustbins. The AMB must provide more of dustbins to, such places, so that
Okay.
they will look for someone to check that thing for them.
Okay. So you mean there is no enough dustbin
Yeah.
in the area, and then also they charge. You mean the AMA charge or Zoom Lion charge when they are coming for your rubbish?
No, for me, I live in a nucleated area, so
Okay.
we don't use that long dustbin.
Okay.
We use our own.
Your own, the one you've bought. So when it's full, then you take it to an area where there is a container. You go and you pay over there, and then you dump it over there. Okay. So there is opportunity. The day you don't have money, you can balance it somewhere, right? Okay. All right. Amanda, let's look at it. I know most of us want to do the right thing. We want to help. We are all not happy about the flooding and the waste. Our country is filthy. We are all not happy. I believe that there are people who actually wish we have a clean city. We actually want to do the right thing. But there are challenges. What are some of the challenges we have or we face in the community where we live, where you live? What do you think is preventing people from managing their waste very well?
If you know your environment is not clean, you really have to get a dustbin for yourself.
Okay.
You don't really have to wait for government, because what if government is not coming and your house is dirty, everyone is complaining, you live in filth. It's not nice.
Okay.
So I think you have to get your own dustbin, or if you can't buy, just buy that there's a 50 pesos rubber or something.
Rubber, yeah.
You
The
can
trash
place,
bag.
yeah. Then to come to that, for me, my vicinity, most of the cars that come and pass by, they tell us that where they dump it, it's full.
Okay.
So we have to pay. Sometimes we pay extra, and we don't really know where they go and empty it.
Okay.
Either the crash can or something. But I learned we used to have some how do you say it?
Dumping sites.
Dumping sites.
Okay.
But I learned if it's full, you can't
You
throw
can't,
again
okay.
unless you pay.
Okay.
Then maybe someone will go and push it inside for you or something like that.
Wow. Wow.
But we stopped it because it made these rodents and some animals come around. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had to stop that system, and we had to stay to the one the Zoom Lion comes in, we pay. The Zoom Lion comes in, we pay. But I guess that the aim is supposed to provide I learned they have given out some dustbins. So there should be a particular day where they're supposed to announce that on this day, Dansoman community, we are coming for your rubbish Monday, Sunday, Tuesday. A day should be allocated for that, so that to enable people leave their dustbins out, so that they can be so they can be like thrown away, rather than keeping them and saying, AMA don't do their job well, they are just collecting government's money.
Okay. We are trying to see how best we can contribute to solving the problem in our own small way. So let me just take my final submission from my guest by asking them, what are you going to do? Tell me one thing from here you are going to do to help solve the sanitation problem in Ghana.
For me, I'm a youth, so like the elderly people, I find it difficult to talk to them.
Okay.
Because they'll be like, oh, they don't board you.
Okay.
Because I want like you're not playing your side, you're going to talk to. So I think for me, I come out mostly in the evening because I'm always indoors. My friends come meeting outside. So through that, you can advise them like, so you live in a dirty environment, can't you clean it a little? Or can't we organize cleanups? If the elderly people won't do it, we can do it for ourselves. So I think there should be education, and we should tell them, especially the old people who think that what they are doing is best by throwing them in their gutters. Especially those who have gutters should always desilt their gutters every Saturday if they can. They shouldn't wait for any cleanup day, because when they do that, the gutter becomes too full, excessive. Then when the water comes, it enters people's room and claim that governments are causing flood.
Okay, government is causing flood. As if government come around to cause the flood. Amos, yes, what are you going to do? I want to know personally. From here, yes.
I've gathered a lot of courage now. Now I can tell them.
Now, when somebody is bringing rubbish into the rain, you will be able to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say it.
Okay.
Then the gutters, when they desilt them, they leave the rubbish there. No, so when it rains again, it
go
enters back.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
So what can we do about that? Well, I don't want to say whose responsibility, but when they bring the distance out, they leave it there and it's come in. It goes back into the water. What can we do about that?
For that one, you have to look for something to do.
Okay.
I think the people who desilted the gutter can find a rubber to place the things in, so that when they come around, they can just empty.
Okay.
But that one, I don't think they should pay for it, because me personally, I think it's the responsibility of the Zoom Lion to come for those things or to help desilt the gutters.
Yeah, the Zoom Lion is a company. It's individual organization. They are also working, and the government is also a government. You and I, we are we, and everything that happens in our community, I'm not sure that the government or the presidents or AMA comes to your community and drop any rubbish in the gutter or in your community and then goes away. So I don't understand sometimes why we think that we litter our environment and we expect a government to come to clean it for us. Well, it's another topic we will have to look at in detail. Viewers, thank you for joining us. The conversation will still continue. I believe as we discuss, you are also thinking about what you can do to help curb the sanitation problem in our country. Think about it personally, think about it with your friends, and let's help solve the problem. Remember, nobody can clean our mess. It is we who generate our mess, and we have to be responsible for cleaning our mess. Okay, so Amanda, I want to thank you so much for coming, and thank you, Amos, also for coming. It's been nice talking to you guys, and I've learned so much. I've gotten a lot of insight from what is happening in your community and what you are also doing or you are going to be doing. I will see you again, and we will have detailed discussion about this particular topic. Thank you so much.